Gonna say, does that end in a judo throw?
Or I'm gonna bite somebody, and my shit's all jacked. You'll get poisoned. Welcome back to the Bad Gamecast. This is Jake.
This is Jason.
And I am Elsa.
And this time we played A Valley Without Wind 2.
Oh, is that its actual title?
Yeah, I know, the game that no one has ever heard of.
The sequel to the game that no one has
It
ever
has
heard
a
of.
fucking sequel.
Rightfully fucking so. Oh, right, what are we doing here? Developed and produced by Arson Games. I assume it's Arson and not Arken. It's A-R-C-E-N. Released in 2013 on Windows. Other games that came out in 2013 we covered in COD Ghost, Airport Sim 2014, and Takedown Red Saber.
Okay. Comparing those games to this one mentally, yes, okay.
Literally
It's about
none of
the
them
same.
look the same. And even Airport 2014 ran better, which is questionable.
I was gonna say,
Yay
I
for you.
would have enjoyed a nice, relaxing night of Airport Simulator instead of this game.
Yeah, right? You know what? With through the magic of Cheat Engine, when you have everything cranked up to 2,000% and it's absolute goddamn chaos, there was a solid 30 seconds of fun to be had there.
This
Well,
one,
solids.
0. Hard 0.
Yeah, this one fucking sucks.
It was not very good.
Not very good. Oh, wow, okay. We're gonna understate all our things. All right, this game was not that good. This game was a hot fucking mess. There's a story, I guess, loosely.
It's all very front-loaded.
Demonomicon, the demon,
Gesundheit.
has the power of, like, hell?
That
He
makes
has
sense.
the power of evil. He has the power of
Yeah.
crystals, is what he has the power of.
He holds inside him the magic of Christmas?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is inherently evil.
Yes.
He has the power of, like, hell evilness, and that power is funneled through crystals. These crystals give him and all of his followers immortality. Anytime they die, they are resurrected. Bleh. His plan is to conquer the world and be evil. That's it. Rule the world, be the evil.
Yup.
You are a person. There's, like, I don't know, random character generator at the beginning.
Yes, and your characters, you have the option to scroll through different time periods, because reasons.
Yeah, what's with that?
Yeah.
You could have, like, a Bronze Age hero or a Victorian era hero, and there's no, like, discernible difference in the gameplay, is there?
Nope, just the
Okay.
models look slightly different. Like, the character models do, for each time period, look different, but then it's just color swaps for all of them for, like, the one model.
Yes.
Yeah, so like there's some choice, and you get like each character has their own unique set of stats. They have different amounts of health and different like base damages.
Yes. Health, HP, and there's one more.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Attack?
Like attack speed or something? I don't know. Maybe special? Special. Spell points.
Special,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you've got like 3 bars. You don't get to like set because it's just like generated, but you get your options.
It's random.
You get to roll as many times as you want, so you can roll until you get the character that you want.
We've all played D&D. We know how this works.
Yeah. You have the option to just keep re-rolling, so like you can find a character who is, I don't know, high damage, low health, or whatever you're looking for.
High health, high damage, low special. That's like the optimal build.
Probably, yeah.
What? High everything. Why limit yourself?
I don't think you can roll without a negative.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't
It
know.
always takes something away.
Yeah. And then you start, and the very beginning is you are there with Demonomicon.
Oh my god, I care less about this than I ever have about Might and Magic, and that is fucking saying something.
Don't
Well-
worry, there's only like 3 more minutes of this story, while Might and Magic had like 45 minutes, so...
Well, at least interesting shit happened in there. I'm sorry, Jason. Please continue.
No, I just love that someone's gonna have to fix that because you were just leaning away from the mic. Yeah, it's your character is like, I'm actually part of the resistance, and then you leave.
Yep. You are one of the Demon's Lord's inner circle, and you have gained his trust, and you get one of the crystals of immortality, and immediately just leave and like join the resistance.
Yep, that was the plan all along, and now you're part of the resistance, and then like it's a whole strategy game. Yes.
Yeah, so to
Yeah.
do my traditional bullshit, this game is partially a 2D side-scrolling shooter. So like a 2D shoot 'em up, like, I don't know, Contra or something, and part turn-based strategy game where the turns are each day and you like assign people to go work on farms and to scavenge resources and build buildings.
Or fight overworld monsters.
So these two genres just smashed together into one game. That's what we're getting here.
Yep. It is a game that decided, what if we tried to do everything?
I like everything. We should do everything.
We had cool action and this, side-scrolling platforming action section, but we also had like an in-depth strategy, and none of that is true.
Yeah, what if they wanted to do that and they didn't do anything?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
This game is a big old failure to execute.
To cover the story, you proceed to clear the map. As you do so, you level up and get stronger. You get, in theory, more people, more resources, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, you fight a bunch of sub-bosses. You fight a boss. What is his name?
Big Pimpin'.
Yeah, and his like darkness or whatever. And you beat him up and you unlock more stuff. You eventually take out these magic towers that protect the crystal that protects the demon harmonica or whatever his name is. And you go and shatter the crystal, and then you go fight him, and now that the crystal power is gone, you kill him, and you get an epilogue from the boss you fought earlier, Darkness, who's like, I am not actually one of the Demantula's followers. I am actually like one of the true darkness powers of hell, and we were annoyed.
The lords of the underworld.
Yeah, they were annoyed that Demon Face was he was flaunting his power, I guess.
Like, the demon lord was just like, I don't know, I guess stole his power or something and absconded with it to the surface, maybe. I don't know. Just something about, like, the lords of hell were unhappy with Demon Harmonica and needed to fucking shut him down.
Yeah, so you were actually, like, planted to kill him, which they make a point of saying they weren't annoyed that Demon Harmonica was killing everyone on the surface. They're for that. They just didn't like him, and they planned to kill everyone on the surface later, setting up a Valley Without Wind 3, which thankfully never happened, I think. I'm not going to look it up, because if it did...
It hasn't. They've spent their
no.
time making other games since 2013.
Good.
I wouldn't go that far.
So
wait.
Go on.
Old boy was like, much like fucking Pazuzu, they were upset that he was up on Earth just flaunting a vulgar display of power, but that was it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
They still plan to kill the whole planet. Like, the Lords of the Underworld are like, they literally say it's something like a decade or 100 years, we will return and wipe everyone off the planet, face of the planet. We just didn't like this one dude.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
He was going about it the wrong way.
Of course, there's only the one true way to enslave the human race, or destroy the human race, or just...
Why not both?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the whole game, story-wise.
That's the story. Yep. You destroy the crystals and you destroy the demon. The end.
You think, well, surely you skipped... Nope. Because of its, like... I don't know if the map is fully randomly generated or not.
Yes.
It definitely... I think it is, because I played one map, and then I actually played the second map. The second map's the one I beat, because the first one, I had no idea what was happening. I fucked up immediately.
Yeah, I played more than that amount of maps, and yeah, it's random.
Yeah, so, like, because of the random nature of the maps, they can't really control what you're going to do when, and, you know, there isn't really a story to be had when it could be anything. And your character is random, right? So it's not like they can plan for you to be this character or react to something this way. So it's very broad, kill the big bad story.
Well, they try that with the dialogue boxes that you get between your secretary, second in command, whatever.
Your second in command, who, by the way, you can just kill, and then you just get a new second in command.
Yup.
That happened to me.
Yeah, well, oh, wait.
Okay.
You can go further than that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, so the story is less than surface deep.
What I was going to say, though, was all of the dialogue that your character says remains the same no matter what character it is that you picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's nothing here. So the game, if you're going to do a game light on story, and you can, there's lots of games that do, you need to be able to rely on your gameplay.
You have to really fucking nail it.
Yeah.
Well, ideally, that's what you should be going for.
You know, I will say one type of of game that tends to be lighter on story that I still like a lot are a lot of roguelikes. Because of the kind of often random nature and like continual loop, there really is not much story there.
I mean, you can take that a step farther for just like multiplayer games where all of the story is just emergent.
Yeah, I mean, Risk of Rain 2.
Oh yeah, super light on story.
Like, what's the story there? It's
There's a king on the moon. You gotta fucking kill him.
yeah, they pasted it on at the end, and guess what? I don't care. The game rules.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Yeah, it's a fucking hoot and a half. Or like PUBG, right? What story is there? You land on an island, kill all the other dudes, be the last one standing.
Okay, so let's move on to, I guess, the 2D side-scrolling shooter part of this game, because we're gonna definitely have to talk about this game in two halves.
I was gonna say, like, where do we start? The gameplay, the graphics, the sound, that lady fucking singing for no goddamn
So
reason.
you started with the worst half. Perfect.
Yes, yes.
There's a 2D side-scrolling thing that is monster garbage and should never be played.
You start by choosing a class. You get a selection of, I want to say, 3 or 4 attacks based on any given element. You could be an aeromancer, you could be a pyromancer, you could be an aquamancer, but it doesn't have those names as worse names that are
They're
just
also random.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
the classes that you get. There's I want to say 8 classes per tier, but you only get an option of half of them, 4 of them.
Interesting.
5.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
5.
Yeah, but because I had to start multiple times, it was different every single time.
Amazing.
Huh.
In fact, there was only 2 that I would use, and if I didn't have the option for either of those, then let's fucking start over.
I mean, for tier 1, I just used fire. Yes.
For tier 1, I ended up using water, and I did this thing where the water attacks, their attack rate were slightly slower than the other classes, and I mapped all 3 of my attacks to a single button on my controller. And so I just held down that single button, and because the refresh rate was different for all 3 attacks, it just fired all 3 attacks in a chain.
That's hilarious and amazing.
I found a way to cheese it. It was kind of amazing.
Oh,
Of
I did
course,
too, but not in that way.
well, once I
yeah.
got to the second tier, because you progress through the game, you get different. You have to completely change your loadout multiple
Okay.
times.
So the
And so
no,
I lost that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt
that
you
was it.
constantly. The game, it touts itself as having over 200 different types of spells. Haha. But really what it means is you have 4 different kinds of spells for each slot, and then they just palette swap what the color is. There's no discernible difference between them. It isn't like you're doing ice so it freezes enemies. Nah, it just is flat damage. You're doing fire, so surely it must do extra fire damage. Nah, it's just flat damage. I'm throwing leaves at shit because I'm trying to be the best Bulbasaur I can be. It doesn't do anything different than the fucking ice or water or light or fucking rock or whatever.
And as you said, they're just palette swapped, because it will be there's an attack that does a cone, and you can have that in multiple different ones where it's just
Yeah.
cone. There's no difference.
That is pretty much what it was. There were probably about 8 to 10 different attacks. There was the sine wave attack, and there was the single bullet attack, and there was
The
the
whip,
seeking
the
bullet
cone,
attack,
like,
and the
it's-
whip, and
And
right,
a charge
exactly.
shot, and yeah.
It didn't matter what element you were using. It was just mattered what attack shape you had, and you just found the ones that you liked or that worked the best, and then you just went with those.
Which is why tier 1, I was always going either stone or leaf because it had the cone. And then the tier 2, the ice one, had the ice cone.
Because, and this is true, cone all day.
Damn right. However, the feather, because feather's its own element for whatever reason, the tier 2 one, because I didn't get anywhere past that, would shoot one behind you and then launch you forward. So as soon as I had that, I would just skip to the end of a stage.
Yeah, it's this dash that I didn't actually see replicated anywhere else. And it is roll strong
Yeah.
for getting
I-
you places.
Never saw it myself.
Yeah, you just jump and you hit it, and it just launches you across the whole stage.
Yeah, and you can just
It's
spam the
amazing.
shit out of it.
Yep.
Because when you go into a stage, probably about 90% of the time, the goal is to get to the end and get to the wind generator.
Yep. The thing
Why?
that generates
Why?
the storm, I guess.
Because you live in a valley that's supposed to be without wind, god damn it.
And the wind is evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. you're trying to get to the end of the level and destroy this generator. And so, like, there's no benefit to engaging enemies. There's no experience points. There's no real loot drops from enemies. If you have a chance to not fight an enemy, don't fight an enemy.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, you level up and get stronger. That's not by fighting. No. There are predetermined locations that let you level up.
Right, on the map.
Before those, in any other place you go, there's just no reason to fight people. Enemies give you nothing other than, like, your health or special ammo back. That's it. So why fight? Because if you don't fight them, you don't lose health or special ammo.
Well, since you brought it up, and the health is so fucking weird because you have an amount of hearts, right?
Yes.
3, 4, 5, whatever. As you level up, you can get more
God,
hearts.
right?
No, you can have any amount of hearts because I started the game, I think, with 2.5.
Lovely.
Ish.
Amazing.
Damage is dealt as percentages of hearts, like 0.1
Yeah.
heart of
How-
damage.
How the fuck are you supposed to keep track of that as a fucking player? Like, I have no idea how much. What is the percent of damage that is an entire heart? Is it 1? Is it 5? I have no way of knowing. So you take damage, then, like, the little heart icon up in the top left-hand corner shrinks slightly sometimes. You're like, I don't know how much HP do I have at this point?
Yeah, this could have been a bar.
It could have been
It
just a
should have been
fucking
a bar.
number.
Yeah, and those are both better options.
A bar plus a number.
Yeah, and that would tell you so much more information. Instead, you're just like, I don't know how many hits I can take at all.
Because of, like, I don't know, resolution or something, I don't know if you guys had this, my health bar was really, really small up in the corner. So there were often times where I was just running about and I would suddenly die and be just like, wait, what?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's
I
really
didn't-
hard to keep track of your health. Like really hard. Goodness. What else is to say? You aim by using your movement keys. So like if you're moving forward, holding forward, you aim forward. If you want to aim up, you have to hold up, which means hitting flying enemies sucks. Because it's not like you can aim with your mouse or something useful. You have to aim by like looking up basically, which kills your forward momentum.
Yeah, as soon as I even read the keyboard controls, I immediately plugged in my controller because, sweet Jesus.
Oh yeah, they're heinous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you move with the arrow keys, and then your attacks are on A, S, D, and F,
Oh
which
my God.
feels awkward and wrong.
Yeah, no mouse here. Just keyboard. Just keyboard. Perfect.
Only Zool. The game looks terrible, and I'm sure this
Whoa,
was
whoa.
a small effort by a small developer, but the assets in the game, like the sprite for the character probably has like 2 frames, like one kind of moving frame and the other kind of moving frame, and maybe like sticking their hand out for attacking. And I don't know if the enemy's animated at all.
The character gets the most frames at up to like 5.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Enemies, they just like move.
They
They
just
just
slide
shift
around the
at you.
map.
Yeah. And then like spells exist out of them. Oh god. One of my favorite things about this game that I just remembered, and I have to say now before I forget, because your character sticks their arm out to cast spells. The point at which the spell starts is like in front of their hand and not your like character model. So if you have a small enemy who attacks you by running into you and they just like exist within your character model, you can't hit them with spells.
Yup.
Yes, I've had that a few times. I
Yep,
think
you
we all
have to
did.
like run away and turn around to fire at them.
Oh, it's so bad.
There's the little spiders I would jump up and then shoot straight down.
Yeah.
With a cone because one of them will hit them. Yeah, no, this game doesn't look bad. It looks like a Flash game. It doesn't
It
look like it
does,
was
it
made in
does.
2013. It looks like some fucking early aughts goddamn Flash. I'm pretty fucking sure I've played this game on free web arcade. In fucking
It looks
school.
worse than Down to Hell, and that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, the background in Down to Hell is boring and doesn't really change much. The background in this one doesn't actually track with your character's movement. If you jump, the background moves with you.
Parallax is hard, dude. Also, Down to Hell didn't look like intentionally pixely and blurry like this does.
Everything's just weirdly like, oh god, it is horrendously bad.
It felt like somebody like cropped illustrations and tried to like shrink them down into pixel form for like the sprites and stuff.
I have no idea. Like I
don't know.
I
It
don't
was-
know. Other than like it is whatever the opposite of a feast for your eyes is. Like
Some sort of like optical vomiting.
Yeah, it is horrible to look at.
And the sound design is not much better.
You beat
Wasn't
me
there
to it.
something with not being able to like mute the sound attacks or something? Because like the music is kind of out of place. It's kind of serene, honestly, and I muted it fairly quickly. The sound design for the attacks are terrible, and there's just like a single sound effect for attacking, and you hear it every time you attack, and you are attacking continuously. So you just have this like machine gun of noise in your ears at all times.
Yeah, the spell noise constantly fucking going off. I did mention it. The only sound in this game that really sticks out to me because I don't know, this game, like, it's bad, but it filled me with just a sort of bored complacency as I would sit there and play it. Like, I'm not about to hate on it as hard as I have some other things in the past. Although, whatever, right? The intro, a lady starts singing if you're just sitting there at the menu, and for the life of me, I don't know why or what dumb shit she's on about. She just starts singing, and then it fucking loops constantly. God forbid you let it sit there, which is apparently just a thing that they do because they have other games and it's the same lady singing.
Huh. I didn't
Possibly one of the developers,
or someone they know.
right?
Yeah,
They just have a song in their heart and they need to get it out.
they should bottle that shit up.
Oh, throw it into the ocean.
Let Poseidon have it.
Oh, ocean is too accessible. Bury that shit in the earth. Deep in the core where it belongs. So yeah, the side-scrolling part is horrible. Then there's the strategy part, which is mildly less horrible.
Still pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like good or anything. It's just less bad than the having to play that.
Yeah.
So the overworld map, what do you have? Food, scrap, population, morale, something else.
That feels
Really-
right.
It's really mostly it, I thought.
Yeah, that's like the main
Yeah.
shit that you need to keep an eye on. Everything else doesn't really matter.
And, so there are enemies that can spawn. You've got people. There's 3 different classes. There are scouts, enforcers, and warriors.
Skirmishers?
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's various things throughout the, like, how to even describe. To get more area is when you have to do these side-scrolling levels, right? So it's purging an area, and it'll show you how many tiles you unlocked it. So you'll walk onto the, like, border of what you've unlocked, and it'll, like, look at these 3 arrows. These are the zones you'll unlock.
Yeah, and everything that you haven't unlocked is in the sort of like blacked out fog of war.
Yeah. As you unlock more areas, so yeah, there are farms where you can, if you leave someone there, they'll start generating food. There are places where you can build farms or like hospitals or medics, whatever. Those heal people because that's one of the things about the strategy is that scouts have, I think, up to 4 health. The skirmishers have like 7 and the warriors have 9. So you've got big boys who are good at fighting. The skirmishers are the middle class and scouts who have a ton of movement, but they break easy.
The skirmishers are the ones that you need to take down overworld obstacles, right?
I think so. They're the ones who can trigger the pyramids and the other places of power.
Okay.
I think anybody can tear down movement barriers.
I think so. I'm not sure if scouts can. I know skirmishers and warriors both can.
Okay.
But skirmishers are the ones who trigger the pyramids to donk old Demon Harmonica. Demon Macarena, yeah, you know.
Yeah, Demon Macarena.
You know who. So yeah, as you explore their special buildings, there is one that I found really early, but if it's randomly generated, you could not find it, which I think this is why my game was piss easy. There's a building that if you leave a person on, every 3 days you get a new person.
Oh.
Not like a new...
yeah, like the manor or something?
Yep, you get a new, like, stack of person.
What?
Yeah, it was, like, immediately next to my starting area.
See, mine was like far away to the north, and when I found it, I like found it, unlocked it, and an enemy immediately smashed it to the ground because enemies can smash most buildings to the ground.
Yeah, no, I had it the entire game, and that's why I had a population of like 70.
That's
I had so
incredible.
many people, I literally didn't know what to do with them.
Okay.
I was probably somewhere in the center. We're just going to move down the line here. I recruited people like usual. I did a lot of moving them around the map and using them to, activate lighthouses and pyramids and shit like that, because they're, places that will like magically purify everything your land touches. Those were fucking powerful.
Yeah,
Got
there's
two
a
of 'em.
obelisk that unlocks, unlike darknesses, your entire border.
Damn.
Yes.
There are
And
I don't know if there's the same amount in every game, because there were 3 in my.
I want to say there were 3 in mine, and I activated 2 of them. The last one got smashed to the ground. A lot of the cool things that I saw was like, man, I really need to do that. And I start moving a dude towards it, and then it's just like an enemy pops out of an enemy generator and immediately beelines to the place and smashes it to the ground. It was like, you couldn't have just let me have that one, dude?
That happened a couple times.
Happened so many times to me. But, I was able to maintain my population of probably about 20 to 30 dudes, and I think I only lost maybe 3 or 4 people over the course of the entire game. So I had a decent I had a decent experience with the strategy in the way that it wasn't super hard. I got lost in the minutia early on and had no idea what the fuck I was supposed to be doing for the first couple of hours. But
That
once
is
I
a
got going,
huge problem.
it wasn't that bad.
That the beginning, like,
Jake?
I felt completely rudderless.
Yeah, same. I. Yeah. Elsa, you couldn't appreciate the dumb faces I was making as you were talking. Jason could, as he was talking. Fuck your guys and your fucking populations. I had maybe 8 people, maybe 8 max people.
my
The
God.
first time I played, right? There's a lot of things that I didn't know going into it that I know now, like how to get more people. No idea. Sometimes I would clear a spot and I would just magically have somebody else show up on the map. Apparently, the deep gates, once they're uncovered, they just start spawning dudes. Didn't know that. I believe it tells you that, like there's a quick text pop up, but if you're like me, you're just like hitting through the buttons, you don't realize that it's there, it's gone forever.
I actively avoided activating as many deep gates as I could for as long as I could, and then I learned you could smash them to the ground, so I immediately activated them and smashed them all to the ground.
No, I didn't realize that you could do that till the second game. The first game, all 8 dudes that I had, as soon as Cheddarhead Demonomicon shows up, he just wipes out like 3 of my dudes because I didn't move them. Because you need to move the people away from wherever he has on the board when he shows up. All right, that's my bad, right? Only I don't know how to get more people. And then he just starts slinging spells. And then there's monsters showing up, but I don't know where they're coming from. So I try and move people to him. Only my level 9 dude took out some Velociraptor looking thing. He's now down to 3, and then he died the next turn because, I don't know, environmental hazard? There wasn't anything near him. My entire resistance gets wiped out. So your second in command is talking to you. Oh no, they died. Boo-hoo, new person to take their place. The next time this happened, everyone had died, and you still have somebody that pops up to talk to you. Only it's just mysterious voice. It's the voice of the writers. They say something later that I want to talk about. But you can't do anything at this point. You can't go and take out the wind generators to continue the game. You don't have people to spawn more people in the bases. So it just soft locks you there.
Oh, it doesn't give you like a hard like game over, you have to restart?
No,
because
you don't fucking, it doesn't stop. Nope. You
that
can't.
is so weird.
You can't even just try and take on fucking Demonomicon for fucking shiggles because I thought, oh, maybe I can go to where he's at and just like run through the level. Like maybe he'll be in there. He's not. Go fuck yourself. It just soft locks you, so you have to start over. So the next time, I realized the error of some of my ways, only I still didn't know about the deep gate. So I was starting to actually spawn people. Only I had uncovered 3 deep gates. So by the time all of my troops were wiped out again, there was a monster on every open space. Which, like, when there's
my God.
2 left, it's actually kind of funny, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna let this one play out.
That's amazing. Did you not use your hospitals ever?
Yeah, I didn't know hospitals were a thing.
Okay,
in
because
fact,
that was that was the way that like I kept my population alive. Is just I kept like 2 hospitals open, so like all my units just regained 2 health every turn.
Now, the third time.
It burned down, fell over, then sank into the swamp.
And the fourth one. So, if you look on the Steam page, somebody talks about an exploit where you can just get infinite mercenary coins. The coins is the other thing I was thinking of.
Really?
When you go through a windmill, you have a little like mid-boss kind of person who talks shit. They're with the evil,
Yeah, you fight one of the other like minions of the demon face.
and you have to kill them like 3 times. And every time you kill them, they drop 5 coins. You can spend 100 of these coins to automatically complete a
an
level for
area.
you. Yeah, so you don't have to actually go through it. There's an exploit that you can go through, modify one of the data files, and just basically have infinite mercenary coins. Now, I tried this a few times, and I never got it to work. It would just crash the game, corrupt the file, and have to start over. That's whatever, right?
Yeah, I wonder if it's like that you actually had to get coins first and then give yourself as many as you wanted.
I wondered that, or if they patched it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, cheat engine still works. Woohoo! So I gave myself 50,000 mercenary fun bucks, and that was the best time I had with the game when I didn't have to do the side scrolly bits. What's weird though, I would go through, get to a level, just pay to have it unlocked, and then I could spend my time focusing on the strategic board gameness that they wanted instead of, well, the half-ass strategic board gameness instead of the half-ass action platforming thing they wanted to do. But
I
you
don't
still
know.
have.
I think that was probably about quarter-ass 2D shooter.
You know, I have that in my notes. Both halves of these games feel quarter-ass because this entire game feels half-assed at best. But you still have to go through the windmills to get to the level up bit. Only anytime I would go into a stage, there were never any monsters. Ever.
Weird.
Yeah, it was super weird going through like these barren areas, and there'd still be the like little minion guy there talking shit, but there wasn't any enemies around him or like to get to him. And I don't know if it's because I was able to keep up with all the monsters spawning on the stage and I would take them out, or because I had never like gone through a place on my own, so I was just throwing coins out and then no monster spawned, and it was super nice. I did run into an issue where I had too many people though, and then I ran out of food. And anywhere I went, like the morale would go down each time, but I don't know what that affects, if anything at all. I had like 20 or 30 people, because I wasn't paying attention. Like, I didn't fucking care.
I sort of just assumed that if you hit 0 morale, the game would, like, give you a game over screen. Although, now knowing it might just, like, soft lock your game and say, get fucked.
Yep, your resistance members are all sad and killed themselves. Haha, yeah, awesome. I don't know, because it didn't get to 0. I would, like, because you could build stuff. So, like, I would build something to generate scrap, or something to generate some food, or it's really one or the other. I had too many people, so I could never get it to where, like, I was making more food than they were eating a turn, and their morale would suffer, but it wouldn't go down greatly. It'd be like, I started at 70, this next turn it went down 2 points. You're now at 68. Okay. Let me know in 20 turns when that fucking matters, I guess?
I have no idea what morale did. I was basically capped at 100 the whole time.
Same. And also my food ended up capped about maybe 2/3 of the way through the game, and I just had maximum food basically the entire time.
Yeah, I don't even know what the cap was. A lot.
999?
No.
So you had a shit ton of scrap.
There's warehouses that you can get above that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I had a couple thousand.
Yeah, by the time I stopped playing, I didn't beat it, but by the time I'd stopped playing, like, I was having issue with food. But I'd learned enough lessons at this point that, like, I was able to keep my people alive. They were spreading out. They were building shit. I was making progress, it felt like. To what end, I couldn't tell you. I know there's no satisfying ending to this. It's just done, and then you can move on with your day.
Eventually you fight and kill the Demantula, who, by the way, his fight sucks.
He one-hits you if he touches you.
Going back to the 2D platforming section, yeah, he kills you, like, instantly.
Yep, had that happen a few times before I managed to, like, run and gun him enough.
Although it's really
Whatever
funny,
my-
because you've turned off the immortality crystal, right, when you fight him, so you're no longer immortal. So when you die,
Right.
they're like, when you die, instead it deals damage to the nearest troop.
I think it just kills them, doesn't it?
So it starts, like, eating your people
Oh,
to
okay.
feed you.
So your population is your extra lives at that point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Since I had so many people, it straight up didn't matter. It's just like, yeah, kill whoever you want.
Well, then how come that's not true for him with all of his minions?
I don't know. Reasons.
He has so many
Reasons.
minions.
Yeah.
He's just flush with the minions. Lousy with minions. Other words with minions. Can we move on yet?
To what? Like, to what end?
Like, the end of this.
Oh, we didn't say
Game.
that when you die, the morale goes down
Sure.
a point.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But you get morale just like anytime you clear a level.
Yeah.
And anytime you like build something or do something, like you get morale. That's why it like I don't know what it does because it never comes into play. Yeah, no, that's the whole game. The strategy section is
Feels bad, man.
it's not good. It's half baked and like really is just like this is not good enough to be a game.
It's convoluted and confusing, and
Yeah, it weirdly has an awful curve. Like the beginning is so confusing. You don't know what they want you to do, and like until you start expanding your territory noticeably, it really doesn't make much sense what you have these people for. And then like you finally get into it and you're like, "Oh, this is what the game wanted."
and it's possible that you have fucked yourself by doing the wrong things for too long, and then you'll just have to restart your game because you've just gotten yourself into a bad strategic situation.
Oh, entirely.
See, Jake.
Hey.
Yeah, so like that is not great design unless you like, and they give you these text box and you can like read all of them and it helps a little, but like it's vague and cryptic and poorly presented. So
For
it's
one of the
bad.
first times in one of the games that we've played, I read basically all of the material on the strategic stuff, and I still felt completely lost as to like where I was supposed to be progressing towards by the end of all the tutorial stuff.
But speaking of bad design, there's a text that pops up when you reach the end of a level, and I don't quite remember what happens that this comes up, but you have the little silhouetted face that just says mysterious voice, and I'll read it verbatim. In parentheses, sorry about that. Sometimes our writers get a little aggressive when they remember how many people couldn't get past that stupid slime in the first game.
Ah, yes.
Now,
I remember that.
What that says to me is it's the game developers blaming their players for their poor design.
I mean, it's such terrible fourth wall break.
It is, it is. It feels a little bit like tongue-in-cheek, like, sorry, we fucked up in the first game by not giving you the right information. But I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt in this sort of thing, so...
Yeah, I mean, even if giving the benefit of the doubt, I just think it's a terrible, like, why is it there?
Yeah. Hold on. No. If you, as a game developer, see somebody struggling with something early on in your game, and you don't go out of your way to fix it, what are you doing? I mean, obviously you don't care, because, man, fuck them. They should be able to get past this. Fuck them. They're pieces of shit. That's how I read that.
I think it's a lot less aggressive than that. But I also think, like, it's a really poor thing to put in your game.
It probably is much less aggressive than that, but it really irritated me. I just read it like them blaming their players for their bad design, and that irks me more than anything. Like that's what actually makes me angry about this game, because up until then it's just bad, but like I don't find it personally offensive. Like it sucks and I want my dollar back, but it's gone now. I have to accept that. But like that, man, fuck you guys.
Yeah, so it definitely sucks. And as I said, the strategy part is the better part because in between doing the strategy part, you have to play these side-scrolling levels that are miserable. They're awful and should not exist.
They're some of the worst gameplay I've ever experienced.
Yep.
Like, on a pure gameplay level.
They are horribly designed, and it genuinely confuses me that you would put that in your game and think it's a positive aspect. If they scrap that, if you literally just went to an area and purged it like you did with your infinite coins, the game is made better for it.
Yes, it is.
I get that.
If only I could have done that with the windmills and just skipped the entirety of the side-scrolling bit, it would have been better.
Like, so that just half of the game is actively making the game worse for existing. Maybe you should take a look at what you've made.
You were streaming this, and I had said in the chat, like when you just first started it, it reminded me of ActRaiser. Not because of the looks or gameplay or anything. It's just that ActRaiser also has a action platforming side-scroller mixed with SimCity. You spend half your time, well, you spend less than half your time in the action platforming. You have to go and you clear out an area, kill all the monsters, get to the end, reach the big bad, and kill that dude. Then you make a settlement, and then you SimCity to get your civilization to flourish. And that is a fine game. And like looking at that, that's what this made me think of. Like, oh, like they kind of want to be an ActRaiser. Only no part of this is good enough that it's worth a comparison. What the shit?
There it is. That's the recommendation.
Yeah.
There is no
the shit?
recommendation. What the shit?
What the shit? Because it felt like they wanted to do everything and did nothing. Like that was their idea. Hey, strategy plus action platformer, we'll have it all, and they failed on all accounts. It was genuinely awful.
You know what's funny? Have either of you guys looked at their other games?
No.
Nope.
While they make slightly different games, it seems like, with the exception of, I think it's AI War, they all look like Flash games. But AI War is
That's
more 3D
unfortunate.
modeled. Yeah, right. It's more 3D modeled, and it's just RTS.
Sure.
Yeah, like, I don't think it looks particularly good or bad, but just like the rest of the Flash games, it looks like they kind of made me laugh. And then that lady singing. I don't know if you can hear my eye twitching.
So yeah, don't look at this game. Don't play this game. Don't look at this game. Once this episode is over, purge it from your mind.
Booze. We need booze. Ugh, I don't want to be hungover. then.
Heavy sigh.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, now we answer letters from listeners like you. Okay. I'm looking at our time, and I'm not sure we're gonna get through this whole letter.
We can get through the whole letter.
Yeah, let's just cut out the rest of the episode. Fuck it.
Okay. Hey guys. Okay, challenge accepted. No PSs, no brackets. Long as fuck. Here we go. First of all, a game I stole from a different podcast called Push the Button. It's like you push a button and a positive and a negative thing happen.
Oh, sure.
I've
I've seen memes.
If you push this button, Sonic Team and Square Enix both immediately go out of business and can never make games again. However, when you do, From Software and Team Cherry also go out of business. Press or not to press.
From Software and Team Cherry. Picked just for you and I.
Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
This one was targeted.
That feels like an easy no press.
That's an easy no press for me. I hate Team Sonic and Square Enix, but psst, they power the podcast.
I'm with
We
you
destroy our
guys.
cash cow.
That's a no press, but for different reasons. As much as I hate Team Sonic for making more Sonic games, people actually like them. As much as I despise Square Enix for the shit that they pump out and they don't fucking try. And God forbid they learn how to write a fucking story, present it in a way that's not a fucking cutscene, which at this point is never gonna happen. That's fine. That's just how they do their games. People seem to like them, and I don't understand why. I never will. Some of my favorite games growing up were Square Enix games, and well, Square games. I will remember them fondly. Like, I fucking love Chrono Trigger. That doesn't change that I hate the shit that they make now, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, man, no. Let fucking Team Sonic pump out 9 games a year if it means I get more fucking Souls games. Whatever.
Yep.
It's like you can just not play games. It's like, I know that's what we did for the podcast, but
But it is an option to not play something.
People have that option? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like we do, because we get to just play garbage.
We don't, but like we did this. Which, going on to the second one, if you push this button, your podcast downloads skyrocket, you get a whole butt ton of patrons to the point that you can quit your regular job and commit to streaming and podcasting full time. However, every time you record a new podcast, a high-pitched noise, think like a garden cat scarer, I don't know what that is, that only you can hear plays throughout.
Like a cucumber?
You have to maintain the energy and output or you'll lose your sudden success.
Energy. That's what we do.
Yeah, right.
we got energy right now.
Doot, doot, doot. This is a weird one because like the wording on it is a bit odd.
Okay, look.
So-
take out garden cat
so-
scare.
so-
We just have a high pitch. I'm sorry, Elsa. Please continue. I'll stop interrupting you.
Do we still have to do the initial condition of Sonic Team and Square Enix and all that?
No, this is new button.
Okay, new button.
Yeah.
Got it. Go on, Jake.
Okay, Jason, you and I don't remember if we've talked about this on an episode. It's amazing what humans can get used to. Anything, given enough time. You're telling me we get to quit our day jobs, do this dumb shit full time, and like stream or whatever, and the only thing is that we hear some like irritating high-pitched noise when we're recording? Yeah, I can fucking deal with that, because after what, like 15 minutes, I'm not even gonna notice it anymore.
Well, that's the thing. If it's only when we're like recording or streaming, like push button, instant success, sometimes tinnitus. I'm probably okay with that.
Yeah, with how my current streaming setup, because of where I have to plug my headphones into, I already get like a little feedback, just bzzz, when I plug something in that I only hear when there is no other sound. Yeah, I can deal with that all fucking day.
I was gonna say, I live with a loud, annoying cat that meows at me for 23 hours of the 24-hour day. So, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know how much you realize, like, an actual amount of money to quit our day jobs and do this full time is mostly the dream.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like,
I just want to create for a living.
yeah. Oh, no, that sounds amazing. All right, finally, push this button and get access to one weapon of your choice from the history of pop culture. Iron Man style gauntlet, a gun from Destiny, anything you want. However, once you pick it, that's it, no changing, and it's permanently affixed to your hand. There's no way to remove it. Do so and you die instantly.
Okay. Adventure Time, the blade of grass that Finn has, because when he like goes to like grab it, that it turns into a sword, but when he lets it go, it just turns into a bracelet. I can never drop it. It's always there.
That is a good way around the caveat. Also, is it just like normal human world? Why do I have a weapon affixed to my hand?
Yeah,
like, do I have to fight off the alien invasion?
No, it's just regular life, which
Oh.
feels weird. If I could find a weird exemption like that, I would. Otherwise, just like no press, because like I don't know, I don't need a mega sword in my life. It feels like it will make my life more inconvenient.
I mean, if I could get just
Right.
like a full-on infinity gauntlet, like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll just keep that on because I have infinite power.
I will also kill you.
I mean, maybe, whatever.
That's true. You do not have the constitution of the Hulk or a whatever the fuck Thanos says.
Yeah, fuck, what is he? I know this one.
Space Titan.
Yeah, but you don't have to just, like, fucking snap out all of existence. What if you just want, like, a fucking Subway sandwich in front of you?
No, literally wielding it like kills you.
I was say, like, if this button press is foisted upon me, then, like, I don't know, I take, like, a fucking Moogle from Final Fantasy X, one of the dolls from Lulu.
Oh, I just thought you meant, like, a straight-up Moogle, and
I
you
was
were just
gonna,
gonna
like,
work him like a
just
A
fucking puppet
sentient
all the
creature
time.
feels like a horrible idea.
You just have your hand jammed in it as it screams, "Dear God, kill me."
I was thinking some kind of gauntlet, because, like,
Yeah, so you can still have function of
that's
that hand.
the cheesiest way to do it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, otherwise you end up like the fucking Outer Limits episode with some weird gun that's fused to your hand.
Yeah.
That's gross. Also, like, what if you sleep and accidentally let it go? That's not great.
Yeah.
Was that the last one?
That was the last one of the button presses. I did mention that this was very long.
Let's do it.
All right. So, second, some quick fire stuff to comment on. A gaming moment that makes you feel like a badass. Nailing an amazing combo on Tekken, cutting down a boss in Dark Souls, air punch stuff. Got any great gaming moments?
The first time you take down 1,000 enemies in Dynasty Warriors, for me it was Dynasty Warriors 4. You're at the, was it the second or third stage? You finally get 1,000 enemies. It feels so fucking good. Yeah. Although, like straight up fist pump moment, I've talked about it before. Finally defeating Gwyn at the end of the first Dark Souls. Holy shit, because I struggled with that for hours.
I'm gonna say beating Cuphead, 1,000 out of 1,000 perfect gamer score, beating the devil on expert mode in that game, and just yeah, it was a grind, but I enjoyed the hell out of it, and it felt one of my top gaming moments. Made me feel like a legitimate pro gamer. Meesh.
I genuinely can't think of any. I know I've had them, but like,
It was just like looking at you, the broken shell of a man. Games don't fill you with joy. They just pass the time until you finally die.
I mean, realistically, I've had great moments where it's like, you know, you beat something hard for the first time, but like, I don't know, nothing sticks out in my mind for that.
Anything in Hollow Knight?
Not really.
Well,
Because
I
I
tried.
haven't beat Absolute Radiance yet. It taunts me.
Ooh, that was a good haunted look. It's a shame no one else could see that.
All right, do you have a favorite jetpack in games or movies?
Ooh, yeah, The Rocketeer.
Great.
Legitimately, the jet suits in Anthem. Those are really fun.
Those are fucking sick.
Honestly, you're not wrong. The flying mechanic in that game was almost made the game not a waste.
I like that burning trash heap.
And then it was still a waste. So, you know, that sucked. No, I don't have anything to add to this conversation.
What is that, early 90s with the, like...
I was trying to think of cool
it's got
jetpacks,
the
but like,
Mohawk thing, because it's the 50s comic book.
yeah, who uses jetpacks? I don't know. People probably.
Mass Effect, they have jetpacks. Wasn't there one in
they?
Elax?
There was one in EX, although it's like a waste jetpack, which is funny. I'm not sure if they do in Mass Effect, at least the one I played.
Pretty sure they do.
Probably, but I teleported everywhere.
Right, because you were full on Space Wizard.
Space Wizard! Lord.
I don't remember having a jetpack in Mass Effect. Maybe you have one in Andromeda or something?
You just like jump a little higher. You don't like fly around with it.
Yeah, like I was trying to remember games where you actually like could fly around with a jetpack, and like Anthem is one of the few because that's not really a mechanic.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Moving on.
video game character creator?
Ooh.
Yeah, amorous.
Anyway, we're moving on to the next question. Finally, the old desert island scenario. You're transported to a deserted island. What 3 games, movies, albums, and books are you bringing?
Like each?
I'm going to assume you only get 3 of anything in that category. So you have 3 things of entertainment. You also get whatever is required to enjoy that entertainment.
Oh, sure.
So it's not like, here's your DVD, you don't get a...
So if I have like a PC game that requires internet access, do I have magic internet access on my PC? Because couldn't I just use that
But
to get off the fucking desert
Only
island?
for the game.
Oh.
Yes. So if you pick a online game, the internet will only work when you're on that game and not if you like alt tab.
That seems suspicious, but okay.
Well, yeah, this is
I
some...
bow to the rules here.
Some weird genie has cast hex on you, but doesn't want to be too mean. Three things of entertainment.
All right, so besides the, like, I don't know, how to build a raft or surviving at sea or some shit, if I just have to pick stuff to keep myself entertained, I mean, I could do books, right? Like, if I have to pick 3 desert island books, like, you can give me the fucking Tolkien's trilogy, and I will read those some more, cover to cover. Oh, dang.
I mean, you can just... Does that count as 3, or could you just get, like, the big red compendium and just have that count as 1?
There is a actual published version that is all of them.
Okay, well,
hell yeah.
that one, let me get the same thing for Hitchhikers, because I've got an omnibus of that around here somewhere.
Yep.
And, I don't know if like I could Dune sitting right there. I haven't finished, so slap Dune on that bad boy. Books, I'll read them.
Weird.
I've been told that, but usually because I was trying to scratch behind my ear with my foot.
I mean, let's go with... Jesus Christ. Save us. This man is drowning. Let's go with Pokemon Heart Gold, because that one has one of the best endgame facilities, and I could play that for a long time, just like renting Pokemon and trying to get super far in like the Battle Factory or whatever.
Okay, it's 1.
What was that?
That was 1.
That's one.
Yep.
You get 2 more.
It's not that complicated
no.
to question. What's taking you guys so long?
Oh, I have
It's
answers.
an important question.
Well, answers. I have an answer because I like Minecraft.
Oh, right.
And then I'm done. Like, that's it.
Yep.
I don't know. I could pick other things, but I don't need them. I have Minecraft.
I'm stealing Jason's answer and picking Minecraft as my number 2.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna drop Dune off and give me some Minecraft.
I'm not going to lie. I've probably played nearly 1,000 hours of Minecraft already.
My God.
That's, yep.
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 I mean, who among us can say they haven't put some time into Minecraft?
It is absolutely great for just like exploring, building, doing nonsense, and then doing it all over again in just kind of a cathartic, doing stuff way. And if you have access to mods, then it's literally all you would ever need. I'm trying to think of other games I've played a lot of that have that kind of replayability.
No, like I've probably put around that much time into Borderlands 2 across all the systems I've played it on, but it's really not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, because Minecraft is what you make of it. Borderlands 2 is always going to be Borderlands 2.
You know what? Let's cheese this a little, and I'm gonna say Rock Band 4 with my guitar peripheral, and just gives me both music and something to play.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good answer for that.
Thank you.
Because it has a pretty large amount of music available, so you get some variety as well. Because that's my problem with like picking an album is like you get that one album.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got a lot of albums that I really like, but like I don't know, like some more things.
I could do that depending on the artist.
I mean, you know, I could just pick like the Hamilton soundtrack. It's
Of
long.
course he does.
Yeah. Yeah, attention listeners, I don't know if you knew this. Jason kind of likes Hamilton.
A bit. Smidge.
I don't honestly know if it's ever come up yet.
I think it has. Might have been a while.
Little factoid for you.
Little tidbit. Well, chaps, there you have it. My magnum opus of emails. Hope it wasn't too tasking to read. It took me days to finish as I stopped and started numerous times. Last but not least, while I lack the funds to support you financially, I really enjoy the show and get a real buzz when you guys read my bizarre prattlings on air. Wishing you all the best. Our best correspondent, Mr. Britt.
Hey!
Henceforth, Lord Britannia.
I fucking love that. Fuck yes.
Well, Mr. Britt, seriously and truly, the engagement is fantastic. Like, not everyone can support us financially. That's fine.
Yep.
You listen, you interact with us. That's more than a lot of
Yeah,
people.
Lord Britannia. Absolutely love the emails.
So,
Well, I mean, we've said if you can throw us $1, great. If not, that's fine too.
yeah.
You're pretty okay. That's like a gold star from me.
Yeah.
I want you to know, Mr. Brit, High Lord of Britannia, or whatever. I can keep adding to that. That'll be fun. I bought a tea kettle the other day, and I seriously thought, Mr. Brit.
You know,
I love it.
perfectly stereotyping. The Brits love their tea.
I mean, they do, though.
I mean, they do. That's like a thing. But I'm sure there are people
I know actual British people.
who don't, which, like, that's got to be weird when it's a huge thing in your culture.
Yeah. It's like Americans who don't like coffee. Get your shit together, Jason.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coffee is a thing
Elsa.
that people consume. That humans, which I am, a human, I consume this bean juice. Bean juice. It makes me excited to be up in the morning. It makes me have energy. I get energy from the sun. Wait, no.
Why do we have a coffee sponsorship just for that? Bean juice. I, fellow human, enjoy coffee too.
Seriously, thanks for the emails. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas, stuff you want to read out here on the podcast, thebadgamecast@gmail.com. Any other time you want to contact us on Twitter, Facebook, oh Lord, YouTube, Twitch, Discord,
Reddit.
It's The Bad Gamecast. That's the name of the podcast. That's the name we use everywhere. Helps keep things, easy to find. As well as our Patreon. As we mentioned, if you can, throw us $1, throw us what you can. If you can't, that's fine too. Thank you, everyone who supports us. Seriously, means a lot.
We love you.
Just like our bean juice.
Just like humans do. Humans are capable of love.
Human bean juice. Wait. All right, well, you can find me on Twitter @JakePray.
You can find me on Twitter @FreyaFaust, and I'm going to keep plugging my book. It's called Stray Dogs. It's an urban fantasy. It's got swears. It's got magic. It's got other things as well that I will think of later.
All right, for the Bad Gamecast, I've been Jake.
I've been Jason.
I am a human.
Good night, everybody!
Bean juice, bean juice. This is the bean juice song.